Holy site provides science? Oh, well, that's fun. Let's see how best we can build our trading posts. Now, I still haven't got a trading post in this city, in Devon, which does surprise me, because that is like a mountain pass. I need that in immediately. There you go. Right, now my routes get a little bit of gold. Where do I want to go? Where are the best trader? I mean, there's not many gold routes at the moment, are there? My wars have definitely seen to that, but I could get some city-state routes, and those will at least give me something. Oh yeah, look, here we go. Here we go. The routes are here now. Start getting some envoys. This is where it becomes really useful, because I can send my routes down like ages through the map. 25 gold per turn. Excellent. Right. Yeah. I'm much more secure with my gold income now. My priority with Aldersburg is to convert the city. If I can do that, I've got Crusade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this archer and just pepper that unit quickly, and then run in one of my cavalry to take care of that archer. Now, my apostle can walk in and through the unit now, spread the religion, and there's the era score, but more importantly, there is Crusade. Now, that means that I've got huge combat boost compared to how I had before. If I can take care of this encampment, that would be a really good way into the city. Yep, like so. Perfect. Man-at-arms comes through, take out that unit there. And I can even swarm this city with warriors. I mean, again, most of these warriors are all city-state troops. Their survival is very irrelevant to me at this point. Grants a new governor. Actually, I think I've got pretty much uninterrupted access to every single great merchant of the game. I like that a lot. That is a lot of fun. What were 2 more cavalry units just springing into action? I think we are laughing on this front. And Aldersburg looks like it's putting walls up. Do I approve of that behavior? Let me think about that a little bit. I'm gonna say no. So we'll start pelting it with arrows. I'll get my units through. The siege is already started, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, and hopefully 4 to take the city. Bam! Temple of Artemis taken as well, and the Statue of Zeus and the Hanging Gardens. Wow. Do you want to give me anything else? Is there anything that you feel like I haven't received in this particular combat? Because I will take it all. My lord, that is a gift. My first armory is finished over in this city that I stole as well. So, time to enjoy the fruits of my labor and build a military engineer. You know, I'm really tempted to see what this bonus actually does. Rivia. So, it says districts gain 1 production for each level of appeal if adjacent to a farm. Which is quite a few of my districts, actually. Look, I've got farms next to all of these sort of tiles. So, this is +2, this is +1. Or does it mean like regular and charming and breathtaking? I don't know. Let's have a look. We're on 69 production in this city. Let's take over Rivia. 72 production now, and we've gone to 81. It's a huge amount of extra production. Really? Commercial hub, 4 production. 3 production from Government Plaza. Huh. Okay, well, turns out that's a really, really, really good pick. So we just need to make sure that all of our districts have farms next to them. Should be relatively easy. Oh, and I like it as well when a city-state only has 100 gold's worth of troops. Another 2 envoys, very easily picked up there. I'm going to vote for double merchants as I'm the only person to be getting them, and if people send me a trade route, I'd be very happy. They did not send me a trade route, and they banned Great Profits. AI loves to do that. It's such a random pick. Another city taken on the borders. So that's this little bowl of land completely captured, which is brilliant. And now we need to take Vengerberg. Feels like a good objective, that one. First step, though, is to try and remove the religion from their land. Bam. Oh, that was relatively effective. I like that. Get to this tile there. Oh, with movement. Perfect. Okay, well, in that case, we'll just reinforce this and... Oh, didn't quite work. Didn't quite work. Still, though, that is a good start. If we can just get Crusade on this land, I'll be much happier with how we're going. It's such a strange attack, this one, because I have swarms of terrible units, archers and warriors, more than I could use, and they really aren't doing very much. The AI is getting so distracted by them. We can move the rest of my army around really quite nicely. I'm going to put Wars of Religion in. I have the double effect here, and it's really, really handy. Let me just quickly put Veterancy in as well, because I'm not upgrading my units. I'd rather just get new city-state units. The Wars of Religion gives you 4 combat strength if your followed religion is different to the AI's. So you can see in this instance, we've got 5 from Military Alliance, 4 from the city-state, and 4 from Wars of Religion. However, one thing that people often forget is that when I put Crusade on this city, you'll note that I'm getting now +10 from Crusade Belief, but I'm also getting +4 from Wars of Religion. The two effects stack. It can be quite possible that the AI can follow another religion, but the city that you're attacking follows yours. So in this case, I have Crusade on this city, and I'm getting +14 from the two effects stacking. But because we haven't converted the rest of the AI, it's not a problem. It's wonderful. I love it. I meant to put raid card in. That was a little bit silly. Never mind. Do I just hold off Le Pillage this turn? I think I will. Let's just make sure that my units can come in. Like, this farm pillage is fine. That's not a problem. But I will do just a session of pillaging in a second. I have so many boosts though. Look at this warrior. Intel from opponent's movements, foreign ministry, Verdun, which is the city-state, and then Wars of Religion. We're going to put another level of diplomatic visibility with printing in a second, and we're going to get spy as well to increase it by another +3. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this is going, and we've sieged a city. Literally, all I'm doing is breaking the walls of this city down with crossbows. This absolutely should not be happening, but it's working, and it's working really nicely. There's printing. There you go. The +3 I was talking about, it has been delivered. Gonna boost towards bombards now. I've got plenty of niter in my supply. I'm getting about 10 per turn. So I like the idea of getting some better siege equipment, especially because my capital has now finished its encampment. Let's get this rocking. Get the stable in. Stable gives experience to siege weapons. It's exactly what you want to see. Yes. Now the raid card goes in. Now the raid card goes in. Okay, now we can do some fun stuff. 148 culture in a single pillage. That's a good thing. I've got a lot of movement. These units are brilliant for pillaging, actually. And I guess they are light cavalry. We haven't even got depredation yet. With all that faith, I can spend 2,400 immediately on getting a single great general in. Now, there was a bunch of city-states that wanted a great general. I'm going to save up for an engineer in a second. The general is very, very handy. We've got Renaissance and Industrial Era units. Now, Renaissance is from this point onwards, so she's not going to be very effective, but she will work with bombards and musketmen. So that's what we need to remember. Now, I need to have a look at this unique camp again, because it's a little bit confusing. 1 production and 1 science. Okay. 2 extra production if placed 3 tiles away from any city center. So I think it's got to be quite far away. But avoiding that, it does trigger a culture bomb. Siege units inside gain 1 range and 10 strength against land units. It's not against cities, against land units. Ideally, you want to offset your siege weapons back a little bit. Let's start building them quickly. I build them 50% faster, a bit like the Ottomans. So 3-turn trebuchet, that'll be amazing. If I were to pop one, let's have a think on this tile. It's 3 away from my city, but then it means that I can shoot both this city and this city with the same trebuchet. Don't know if it'll be worth it, but let's give it a go. We can put 2 down with each military engineer. I'm gonna have to actually build quite a few engineers. I love it. Oh man, I'm Ursa Ryan. I'm about any strategy that involves building mass amounts of military engineers. Why would you not? That any strategy that involves that is a good strategy for me. Well, the ranged attacks are coming in, but my +17 on my combat units, it's holding up well. I mean, my turns though, just waiting for them to happen, is absolutely crazy. There's so much army, 2,300 I've got at the moment, and it's pretty much all levied apart from a few horsemen that I'm building in my capital. That will start to change though. We are developing from a levied mercenary army to something that resembles much more of a like permanent fighting force. Especially now these stables and armories and things like that are being built. That is very much going to help. I always forget that preserves give you gold when you pillage them. It always feels like it's a faith or culture thing. Of course it's not. I've got diplomatic service now, and I would love to put Visselbanken in. I really would, but I'm suffering from that problem where in any city-state game where you just run out of government slots and everything. So yeah, I think getting a Seador's got to be really, really important. I am building a harbour somewhere. Where is it? In this city, this captured city over there. That means I'll put Mausoleum in. Kilwer will be a good thing for me to do. But Forbidden City, Patala Palace, all of these wonders would be amazing to put through. Like Forbidden City, 33 turns. Oh, that feels expensive. Probably because it is. It very much is expensive. I've never seen crossbows so useful just in regular city capture. It's mad. Kill that warrior quickly because then I can recycle the tile. Take the city, kill the knight in the process, liberate. create kind of a puppet kingdom if I did that, but I don't need to. I'd rather keep the city, to be absolutely honest with you, because we are doing well in this little conquest. Troy hasn't managed to get its walls up yet. That is unfortunate for it. That is very unfortunate for it, because I'm going to take it now. We are pillaging everywhere now. Any city-state that decides to declare war on me, it's like, okay, I'm going to take all your stuff then. Okay, I'm not going to build my unique encampment there. Hang on, I can't build it. Why can't I build it? Is it tile locked to something? Desert, grass, and plain snow. Has to be placed on flat terrain. Okay, that is a limitation, but that's okay. Then put it on that cattle over in that direction. That means I need at least one builder to go and remove the cattle, but we should be able to do that fairly quickly. It's fine, it's fine. It's new unique units. Sometimes it just takes a second for you to kind of twig what's happening. In the meantime, I've actually taken a city on the other side of their territory. It's a loyalty like that. Poor. The loyalty is poor. I can improve it with Victor. Yeah, well, in that case, I'm just going to keep the attack coming north because this is more effective than I thought it would be. Just swarms of city-state troops. Oh, that's a big old flood. That's a big old flood. Is that where my troops were? Oh, yes, it was. It's taken out quite a bit of the wall and also the health of the city, but that's pretty bad timing for my attack. I might have to cycle my units around a little bit more than I'd hoped to. Well, that's the engineer board. My capital is on to building its armory. Well, this is a proper light cavalry swarm, isn't it? Look at this, just totally surrounding the city. Can we destroy it? You bet we can. 12 population city taken just from nothing. That is a good pickup, especially when it fixes itself. All of the districts should be very tasty for me indeed. Need to spread my religion a little further, make sure that we can really enjoy the capture of Vengerberg. Well, let's try out this camp, see what it does. 4 era score. It's a little bit close to my city there, but yeah, look at that. It does culture bomb. That's fun. Anything with a culture bomb is always a thumbs up from Ursa. Maribor. 1, 2, can I 3 take the city? Yes, I can. Oh my lord. We're going to absolutely destroy Temeria from both directions at the same time. The loyalty is working really nicely as well. Oh my lord. This is really effective. 15 population city. I've just found Nilfgaard as well. Oh, I feel like they're the deep, dark enemy down in the south of the map. So far we're doing okay though, and my capital now has an armory set up. Oh, military engineer time. Oh, I've got culture on my farms. What's that from again? Was that Rivia? +1 culture to farms if I've got a cultural city state on top of it. Wow. Okay, yeah, we're going to start seeing some, I think, relatively amusing adjacencies with this sort of stuff very soon. We're entering the don't mention it, don't complain phase of the game. You look at these bonuses stacking up and you're like, cool. I'm sure that's balanced. Alright, the trebuchet can move and fire. I thought it would with my combat bonus, and we are now stood on my encampment, which means I can now fire over the top, and my military engineer is giving me +7 combat strength. That's right. That's a thing, isn't it? It gives 7 bombard strength to districts and defensive strength, so I want to keep my military engineer with my trebuchet. I see. Right, well, they've got the same movement, so I'll just attach them. There's no harm in that, but look at that. We can now bombard over the top, do some really, really decent wall damage. I like it. As the crossbows all gather in, my trusty crossbow attacking force, it's really not what I should be using, but you know, levied armies, they give you certain units, you have to roll with them. I could be upgrading the levied units. It is tempting, I won't lie, but I'm using my gold to just levy more. I'd rather have swarms of NAF units, I think, than upgraded units. That is not a good strategy, by the way. It is absolutely not a good strategy, but I like having swarms of units because it's just amusing. So it's always worth having a look at a city and seeing how much defense they've got from districts, +8. That means there's a lot of pillaging to do. Luckily for us, pillaging is exactly what we do best. There's 2 gone immediately. Humanism, that's another 2 gone. And we've got access to the holy site now, which means we can pull that down even further. That's brilliant news. Still collecting my city-states like trophies, however. This one is quite near the bottom of the map, so I'd like to explore more around here. Thank you. First suzerain, lovely. Levy army, another 2 envoys. There you go. Walls are down to the lower strength. I'm going to leave them out unless I destroy that encampment, which I just don't fancy doing right now. Looking forward to some siege equipment arriving, which it is very soon. Military engineers are on the way as well. We are finally getting getting decent reinforcements down to the front line. Do I want to be making bombards over trebuchets? Yeah, I've got the niter, I might as well. Crossbow, 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 crossbow. Do you think we got enough crossbows? That's trebuchet just to finish that off, but yeah, this is alright. This is okay. Instantly builds a library, you say? Yeah, I'll take that. Thank you. Oh, it's always the most disappointing thing when your +2 movement runs out. Oh, it's been 10 turns of war already? Madness. Now, I don't know if declaring on a city-state will renew the bonus for me, so I'm going to test it quickly. Just by picking a city-state, there's no chance of us getting anywhere near. Sintra on the coast. Yeah, I mean, I could take it over, but I think I'm just going to, as I say, test, because this is a city-state where I might declare war on the person anyway if it doesn't work. So we'll declare war, and then we'll move my military engineer and see if that... No, it has to be with a major power. Okay, that's fine. Well, Sintra themselves is 35 gold per turn to me. That's not enough. Holy war. Yeah. Now my movement has increased again, which is good. Not that a lot of my sieging armies really mattered or cared about that particularly. Look, Vizima has been taken. There we go. There's another capital. I believe that's my third. I've lost count. Yeah, 3 capitals captured. But Vengerberg, I've also now surrounded, sieged, and put crusade on it. So this is kind of the beginning of the end on this city-state. Oh, city-state. This city as well. Oh, I found a governor in a tribal village. What were you doing there? Oh, night cores have just run out and decimated one of my cities. Blimey, Sintra's got a huge army. I don't think it'll serve them very much. I've got a huge amount of crossbows behind the lines. The barbs are actually giving me a better fight, just to sort of put it in context, really. Oh, that's a big eruption. Ignore that. But we're in a golden age, and it looks like a lot of people are in dark ages around me. Some people I'm fighting, actually both people I'm fighting are in golden ages, but that's not great. But honestly, it's fine. I could get more gold from international trade routes, but monumentality is too useful. Being able to buy builders and have the builders run around at like turbo pace, that is very, very fun. Look at all these. Oh, 32 gold per turn trade route. I think that trade route actually stretches around almost the entirety of the map, just to show you how far that is now. City-state bonus is really beginning to stack, and I had a few more markets ready to go. 4 turns, 3 turns, 2 turns. A lot more trade routes on the way. Universities provide 2 science, 171 per turn now. All of these emergencies, I say we ignore them. We just turn a blind eye to whatever's happening in the world. The North does what it does. It's all fine. Okay, they both passed. Never mind. I did treat myself to a musket to help with the assault of Vengerberg, and you know what? Looking at that damage, pretty pleased I did. Seems like a good little addition to my army. In fact, I wonder, can I force this fight through? I reckon I can, you know. One, another one. Vengerberg falls. Another capital falls. That's my 4th. So we've got Lyria, which is occupied by my current ally. I say current kind of ominously. We have this island capital, and then down in the south we have Nilfgaard. Don't mind me whilst I make friends with the dwarfs. I mean, what a statement, but yep, that's what I'm going to do. Mount Carbon. I'm hoping I can now make an improvement. It means I can work mountains. I mean, that's true. That's awesome. Oh, I appear to have settled the great city of Washington. That well-known Witcher settlement. Yes, we'll gloss over that one, I think. Let's build a dwarven mine and see what that does. 2 production, 3 gold. I'll be honest, it's not the best improvement. Wonder if we can improve that. Is there another ability that stacks with it? Or is that as good as it gets? Probably as good as it gets, I won't lie. That's most likely to be the case. 59 strength on the trebuchet. Oh yeah, that's powerful. That is a big old hit, and the musket can just bypass the walls as well. Really, really good sieging civ, this one. Very fun to lay siege to large portions of the AI's like land in one go. Bombard and bombard the walls come tumbling down, which is what we want to see. Just cycle some units in so I can get some good upgrades, and I'm hoping we should be able to just knock this city out now, which is well and truly combined the northern and southern elements of my empire. Look at this. Let me just zoom out a little bit. We've got a little enclave of cities holding out to the left and right of this central mass, but we are doing very nicely now. Oh, we have Alhambra. That means I can put professional army back in. Yay! Just been slowly converting my my trebuchets to bombards and all of my units just sort of evolving with it. I built the Apadana in my capital because I was thinking, you know what I really need in this game? Something I've been truly lacking, something that I felt in my soul to be something that just it keeps me from being complete. Envoys and city-state thrones, that's exactly what I'm missing. He says very much tongue-in-cheek, but you know, it's all good. Oh, I tell you what I was going to do. I was just going to steal this city-state right down in the south, which should be quite handy. This one gives 2 science and then I think a great scientist point to every university in your empire, which is a really big deal. So let's take that, and it's not a big military, but it is a military right next to Nilfgaard, which is very, very tempting to use. Light and heavy cavalry units generate 3 general points from kills. I'm sorry, what? Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. Oh, well, if you insist. On a little bit of a wonder spree here, so chopping out Mausoleum. This really is purely for the engineer charge, because I've got Imhotep, I've got a Theodore, and I think I've got quite a few engineers on the way. I've got such a large gold and faith income. I have almost total monopoly on any great people I want at the moment. I don't get them all, but if I want it, I take it, you know? I've been trying to engineer a way to get a kill the knight, and I think I've actually found something that I can do. If I just attack like that. Go on, get the knight kill. Bam. Military science. Cavalry. Line infantry. We've got some very powerful upgrades now. All I need to defeat the island nation are frigates and caravels. That will help. 1 city taken, and I reckon we can take another city here if I just move my units around a little bit. 1, 2, 3, like that? No, 4. There we go. Oh, there's only a couple of cities left, and then we can turn tail on my ally, seeing as her capital is literally on the border. And another city falls, which leaves me just with the 1 in this direction. Attack, 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 and I think we might have a couple of pillages that we can pull off here. Just a little bit more faith. All of my faith, by the way, is just going into builders. What I'm doing is taking cities over, going, oh, I've done a lot of pillaging. Better put a builder in after I take the city. But that is Oracle, which means I can now faith purchase people so much easier. That's lovely. Terracotta army in my capital, because I thought the turns weren't taking long enough. So what I decided to do was put a promotion on every single one of my units, thus making me have to make a choice with every single one of my units. It was great. It's fantastic logical thinking. I've also got nationalism, so I could make cores, which should make my job a little easier, but not that much easier. Oh, this is fun. I can start putting trading posts in Nilfgaard. Retinues is going in now. I'm not going to bother building any more builders. It not only takes too long, but I don't think it's also the most efficient thing I could be doing. I want to go for Darn Rowan, and to do that, I'm going to need some line infantry, and to do that, I need to make my niter really stretch as far as I can. Let's borrow yet another city-state just on the coast this time. Hopefully it'll keep unlocking more for me. Maybe there's more in the south. I don't know the Witcher map very well, but under Nilfgaard could be anything. Huzzah! Well, I think we did find at least one thing. Ophir. Well, we'll get to that in a second. I can levy a military. Oh, they're just dealing with barbs. Okay, don't complain. Who and why? What do you do? 1 science tiles with horses and 2 extra science if unimproved. Well, that kind of works quite nicely if you're doing a me and just being really bad at improving all your tiles. Oh, send a trade route is actually really good. All right, we'll hang on to that one. That could be something to play. Have I told you how much I enjoy culture bombs? Bam. It's just a small thing, but it's a very fun thing. Forbidden City rushed in my palace with one of my great engineers. I like a wildcard policy. When you're at war, you need a lot of these. When you're using city-states, you need a lot of these. So generally speaking, I need a lot of envoys and wildcard government slots. I mean, it looks really cool in the snow as well. But liberalism to try and stop my empire being so desperately unhappy. I've got 2 city-states which have amenities that apply to 12 cities, and I'm still nowhere near happy. Well, with my new envoys that I keep getting for completing wonders in my capital with Apadana, hopefully I'll discover a bunch more city-states in the desert. I think there were actually quite a few, at least 6, maybe, possibly. Yep. Fort Tuzla. Oh, unfortunately, I'm not the first meat on any of these, but it's still quite cool. Trade routes to any city-state provide 4 gold for every specialty district in the origin city. Oh, yes. Okay, that is useful. You know, a large part of me thinks that we can probably take on Nilfgaard as we are, so you know what? I'm going to. Plus, I really fancied another 10 turns of extra movement. That was a huge part of it as well. Oh yeah, this line of infantry is going to bust Absolutely smash through the city defenses. That's what we want to see. Increases trade route capacity by 1 and gives me faith for city-state trade routes. It's almost like the game knows exactly what I'm doing. Oh, these are some hilariously long trade routes now. I love it. It's wonderful. Time to upgrade all of my city-state boats, by the way, as well. It's amazing how much Skellig's combat bonuses stack up, though. They fight on shallow water really well. They're a bit like Japan. That I need to keep an eye on. Growing very fond of these encampments. Oh, the culture bomb is good just by itself, but the ability to fire over mountains is pretty good as well. I just need some visibility on this area and we'll be that. Can we take the city? I think we probably can. There we go. By Nilfgaard. Now, the chances of me keeping the city, very slim to none. However, don't need to keep it for long. Our main mission here is just to buy reinforcements, like a siege tower for this line infantry. Oh yeah, Nilfgaard is not gonna last long. I like the fact that to trade directly below me, my trade route goes all the way out through the coast and then through all of these cities before making it there. Oh dear, I'm just putting a trade route there in order to make sure that I've got the combat bonus against the enemy, and I'm going to do the same to these islands over there. Remember, I've got a city-state that gives me 1 level of Diplo favor. Actually, thinking about it, spies would be really useful right now. Let's get those cranked out in my capital. Well, it turns out cavalry against cities with no walls, I'm quite strong. Very strong. Oh, here you go. One more surprise war against my long-time ally. Oh dear. Do I feel that bad about this? No, I don't really. Oh, there's a city-state over here. It gives me 3 faith and 6 gold to international trade routes. Oh, I like that. That is a really good one. Goodness me, we need a lot more envoys. I'm going to pick up a couple here, and I think I'm only a few turns away from picking up a couple from my government. Do I just drop everything in my capital, though, and build wonders? Because wonders, I mean, they give me envoys. Spies are useful. My army's pretty powerful. I won't lie to you. Oh, I mean, some Basils. Why am I not building some Basils in my capital? Come on. That's too good an idea. Can we get... Yeah, Philippe, there we go. Next turn, I should be able to afford him, and I'll rush this wonder through. That'll give me some envoys, and we can get some absolute giga trade routes out. I think, yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun. So a little trick. The barbarians to the south of me, they will all spawn units right on the front line with Nilfgaard because this is the closest city, and I can upgrade them to line infantry almost instantaneously. Okay, how good can we get these trade routes now? It's almost worth sometimes tracking the trade routes back and making sure that I have a trade route in every single destination that they want to go to. Like this city-state wants to be a drop-off point. So, okay, perfect. You are now a drop-off point. That means that I'm getting a little bit more from this one. I mean, there's my own city there, but it would still give me 12 gold per turn for the route. So, yeah, I'll put a little destination in there. And it goes through, and now I can go to this city, and I'm pretty sure it says 31 gold per turn. It's actually 37. I thought it might be a little higher than it said. It's often the case that the game can't quite work out all the variables at the same time. That's fine. It's very complicated in its defense. 3 faith and 6 gold international trade routes. This is absolutely going to be something I want. So let's just quickly steal this city-state. There you go. Look at that. That's wonderful. And we'll just have a quick look and see what these trade routes look like now. Yep, 43 gold. They've improved even further. Just need more envoys now. Can we do anything for more envoys? Yes, we can. Colonialism. I believe that is Sintra out of the game. So another person just means that my computer gets... You can feel the sigh of relief from my PC going, one less permutation to have to run. You know, this is going to be a little bit close, but we'll give it a go. I'm going to use my attacks across the river first to leave my line infantry this side of the river. Oh, look at that. All it took was 4 line infantry, and we just took Nilfgaard like that. That's wonderful. Can we... Yeah, and we're going to keep this city as well. We are now on 5 capitals captured. Oh, wait, I do apologize. Sorry. That would be 6 capitals captured. Taken Lauria and Rivia as well. St. Basil's Cathedral in my capital. 1 food, 1 production, 1 culture to all tundra towers in the city. I know. I could hear you all going, Ursa, please build St. Basil's in your frozen tundra capital. I did it. I was so busy with war that I kind of forgot a little bit. Then I used the pillages of war to then build it. So, look, I mean, actually saying that, there's not much tundra left in this city, but the little bit of tundra there is wonderful. The main reason I built it was for envoys. Trade routes to city-states provide more gold. Well, I mean, that is definitely something we need to pick up because all of our trade routes pretty much are to city-states. Yes, I know, it's wonderful. 1 production, 1 science, and 2 gold from marshes and unimproved floodplains. That's just fun. I don't even think it's that good. It's just fun. And this one is 3 culture to plantations on a luxury resource. I had quite a few of those, I think. Yeah, like this. Oh, yeah, we've got some good yields on tiles. Everything is starting to really combine nicely now. Have I ever told you how much I like depredation cavalry? I feel like I may have mentioned it at some point. Well, at least there's another city-state on side. Not that I really needed it, but it's there. Oh, I wonder how well the queen does in combat. I finally found her. I was curious about this. Is she just going to be an instant kill? Yeah, actually, look, there's multiple copies of her. I wonder if there's one for each era. Oh, she literally just works as a great person. I mean, that makes more sense. I was curious as to how the mechanics of that worked, but alas, just a great general. Never mind. We've industrialized. I feel like we've now officially teched up way beyond the point of the books. Ah, dear. Never mind. Oh, I haven't quite taken Rivia. It's Geralt's home, right? Or where he was originally from. Where does coal exist in the lands of Witcher? 30 results of it. Let me tell you, none of it is in the north. It's all down in the south and in the desert. Alright, fair enough. Well, all this time, I've been sneaking a navy round. I'm not that sneaky, I'll be honest. It wasn't the sneakiest thing that I've ever done, but we have made it all the way round. Because they've put all their defenses on the coast, towards me, as you might expect. But they've left their capital totally exposed, because, I mean, who would expect Ursa to just wade through with, like, a absolute fleet of caravels? Hello, I say. How are you? I've even brought a man-at-arms. Huzzah! Meanwhile, Nilfgaard's empire, it's falling apart, which I am not going to complain about. And I've got loyalty on their capital. Again, absolutely not going to complain about that. That's Erden gone, I believe. Yay! Again, you can feel the sigh of relief from my PC. Thank you, Ursa, it says. Thank you. And again, Temeria taken out this time. Wow, I really have just taken every city on the map. 48 cities, 293 population. What a run. I think I've taken the entire peninsula of Nilfgaard now. Very nice indeed, and we'll now do a little naval assault of this city just to back that up. So natural history has just given me some more envoys. Now that I've killed somebody, Saskia's 3-state unique bonus is available, which is a really cool thing. It's India's ability. Cities receive 1 immunity for each religion with at least 1 follower in them. I think this will provide a lot of happiness throughout my empire, like a considerably large amount. I'd like to see the game work that out. I don't think it will because we're at war and it's all very complicated, but that is a really good city-state. I wish I'd picked that one up a little earlier. Oh my lord, look at some of these routes. That's 71 gold per turn because of the way it just goes through every single city-state with a trade route in it. Oh yes, that's... This game, it's almost a shame to bring it to a close because I've got even more trade routes now and they're all stacking up and I've got even more bombards. But alas, end the game I must, for I have taken the capital of Skellig and we have unified the world under the land of the largest northern kingdom. This isn't The Witcher as I recognize it, but I have to say these Gwent cards are very, very cool. I got Catherine the Great, which is kind of appropriate considering I was playing somebody in the tundra. I constructed all the buildings, captured all the cities, founded all the cities as well. I lost no city. Constructed every single district, that's why the player tends to win. Great people, towards the end I jumped on that one. Culture, I have to say, yeah, that was... Calanth, oh yeah, that civ looked like it was really fun for culture, plus the city-states were pretty good as well. My faith was always very strong. My science, I managed to pick that up pretty quick. It was a very, very slow start. If we look, I didn't settle my second city until well past turn 50, and you can just see how little that matters in the long run. Units killed? A lot. Units lost? I think I lost quite a few this game. Yeah, that's what happens when you attack with warriors into cities with pike and shot defenses, but never mind. Wonders constructed towards the end, very good. Religions founded, very good. I mean, it doesn't matter that there's no way on earth I'd be able to keep that city. It's mine, and that's all that people care about. I mean, actually, to be fair, we were in the process of very much conquering, like, every city on this island. That's not going to take long to conquer all of them, actually, especially because I've got a line inventory on this island now as well. So yeah, I actually don't think this would have been a problem. Still though, if you love Civ 6 and fancy something a little bit different, I would hugely recommend this combination of mods. As I say, I'll leave the save file and all of the mods you'll need to play this one, although on Steam Workshop there is a lovely little playlist effectively that you can use, which does the same thing for you. Oh look, there you go, it's worked itself out. So I actually do have happy cities now. That's mad. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, I'd love Raj. Look at those yields. Oh, this is what Diplomatic League has been doing for me, though. It's such a good cut. Like, in fact, let's get rid of raid and retinues. Professional army. Let's put conscription in, and let's put in craftsman. I'll put in liberalism. We've got Diplomatic League. We don't need that anymore. Let's put in Raj. Colonial taxes. Merchant Confederation 164. And we'll just let this change itself around because I reckon we can have a little bit more in the way of yields. 431 science, 478 culture, over 1,000 faith per turn, over 1,300 gold per turn. Trade routes but have almost 80 gold per turn. Now, if you don't want to play this particular map, I appreciate it's a very, very big map, even if only a little bit of it is used. Either you can use these leaders on a regular sized map, or you can just use the city-states on a regular sized map. There are some amazing combinations. I even think if you loaded these city-states in and you pick and chose some of these city-states, especially the ones that work with other city-state trade routes and envoying and stuff, I reckon you could get an Elizabeth England run or a Portugal run or someone like that with ridiculous gold per turn. Like, if you want to give it a go, have a play with it and let me see the pictures on Discord. I'd love to see that. It would be so cool. I would happily play on this mod again. It was a lot of fun. In fact, I would love to have a go with Nilfgaard. I have never noticed these buttons at the top before. Huh, has that always been a thing? Anyway, yeah, I'd love to have a go with Nilfgaard. I reckon this start would be so much fun. You've got your own little space, bunch of city-states, but their ability always works on killing city-states. You can go 1, 2, 3, settle, 4, and suddenly 5, 6, 7, and then there's people. That would be such a fun game. And finally, just a little favor to me. If you enjoyed the series and you enjoyed this particular run, then if you wouldn't mind giving the videos in the series a like and the channel a subscribe, little tiny things that make a huge world of difference with the algorithm. So thank you so much to everyone that does. But what's that I hear? The next video? The next series calling me? And naturally, calling you? We better run. Run to the breeze, viewers. Run. Don't let these 50 cities keep you. I'll see you in the next game. Goodbye. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Davalex, Skeptical Bear, Alex Noob, Cinnamon Beard, Petra Ryan, Matthew Hatch, Rom88, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Boyzoro, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Bear, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Esri Dax, Deeble Time, Shoelace, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Clint Hennis, Dr. Bobby, Polar Wallabear, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Victor McPupster. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!